Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We finished the 8th canto yesterday, and today we will begin with the 9th canto. The 9th canto, it is titled Liberation. This is the topic of the 9th canto. 8th canto, we were hearing about Matsya Avatar yesterday. Beautiful prayers by Satyavrat Maharaj, and how Matsya Avatar, he saved all the living entities at that time, at the time of this partial dissolution. Okay, so let's get into chapter 1 of 9th canto. King Sudyumna becomes a woman. This is King Sudyumna becomes a woman, chapter 1. This chapter describes how Sudyumna became a woman and how the dynasty of Vaivasta Manu was amalgamated with the Soma Vamsha, the dynasty coming from the moon. So Satyavrat Maharaj, he has become Vaivasta Manu now. Okay. By the desire of Maharaj Parikshit, Sukadev Goswami told about the dynasty of Vaivasta Manu, who was formerly King Satyavrat, the ruler of Dravida. While describing this dynasty, he also described how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, while lying down in the waters of devastation, gave birth to Lord Brahma from a lotus generated from his navel. From the mind of Lord Brahma, Marichi was generated, and his son was Kashyap. From Kashyap through Aditi, Vivaswan was generated, and from Vivaswan came Shraddhadev, Manu, who was born from the womb of Samgya, Shraddhadeva's wife. Shraddha gave birth to 10 sons, such as Ikshvaku and Nriga. Shraddhadev of Vaivasta Manu, the father of Maharaj Ikshvaku, was sonless before Ikshvaku's birth. But by the grace of the great sage Vashishta, he performed a yajna to satisfy Mitra and Varuna. Then, although Vaivasta Manu wanted a son, by the desire of his wife, he got a daughter named Ila. Manu, however, was not satisfied with the daughter. Consequently, for Manu's satisfaction, the great sage Vashishta prayed for Ila to be transformed into a boy. And his prayer was fulfilled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, Ila became a beautiful young man named Sudyumna. Once upon a time, Sudyumna went on tour with his ministers. At the foot of the mountain, Sumeru, there is a forest named Sukumara. And as soon as they entered that forest, they were all transformed into women. When Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami about the reason for this transformation, Sukadev Goswami described how Sudyumna, being transformed into a woman, accepted Buddha, the son of the moon, as her husband and had a son named Pururava. By the grace of Lord Shiva, Sudyumna received the benediction that he would live 1 month as a woman and 1 month as a man. Thus he regained his kingdom and had 3 sons named Utkala, Gaya, and Vimala, who were all very religious. Thereafter, he entrusted his kingdom to Pururava and took the order of Vanaprasth life. So this was a short summary by Srila Prabhupada. Maybe there are many, many questions, but let's go now in details text-wise. Shri Rajo Vacha
Shri Raju
Vacha
Manvantarani Sarvani
Manvantarani Sarvani
Vayoktani Shrutani Me
तयोक्तानि
श्रुतानि
श्रुतानि
वीर्याणि अनन्तवीर्यस्य
वीर्याणि
वीर्याण्यनन्तवीर्यस्य
अनन्तवीर्यस्य
हरेस्तत्र कृतानि च.
हरेस्तत्कृतानि
हरेस्तत्कृतानि
च
च.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. King Parikshit said, "My Lord, Sukadev Goswami, you have elaborately described all the periods of the various Manus, and within those periods, the wonderful activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has unlimited potency. I am fortunate to have heard all this from you." Because Parikshit Maharaj had been asking, no, of the different manvantars, and we heard how churning of the ocean, and then we heard Matsya Avatar, so different manvantars. Yosau Satyavrato Nama,
योऽसौ सत्यव्रतो
ततो
नाम
नाम
Rajarishi Dravideshvaraha,
राजर्षिर्विदेश्वरः
राजर्षिद्रविदेश्वरः
Jnanam Yotita Kalpante,
ज्ञानं
ज्ञानं योतिता
योगितकल्पन्ते
कल्पन्ते
Lebhe Purusha Sevaya.
लेभे
लेभे
पुरुषस्य
पुरुषस्य
सेवया
Savai Vivasvata Putro,
स वै विवस्वतः पुत्रो
Manur Asid Iti Shrutam,
मनुरासीदति
मनुरासीदति
श्रुतम्
श्रुतम्
Vastasya Sutta Prokta,
त्वत्तस्तस्य
ततस्तस्य
श्रुतः
सा
प्रोक्तः
प्रोक्ता
Ikshvaku Pramukha Nripa.
इक्ष्वाकु
इक्ष्वाकु
मुखा नृपः
प्रमुखानिका
Satyavrat, the saintly king of Dravida Desh, who received spiritual knowledge at the end of the last millennium by the grace of the Supreme, later became Vaivasta Manu, the son of Vivaswan, in the next Manvanta, period of Manu. I have received this knowledge from you. I also understand that such kings as Ikshvaku were his sons, as you have already explained. So Satyavrat Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, yeah, you explained to me, Satyavrat Maharaj. Now he's become Vaivasta Manu. He has sons called like Ikshvaku. Tesham Vamsham Prathak Brahman.
तेषां वंशं पृथक् ब्रह्मन्
Vamshanucharitani cha
वंशा अनुचरितानि च
Kirtas Kirtayasva Mahabhaga
कीर्तयस्व महाभाग
Nityam Shushrushatam Hinaha.
नित्यं शुश्रूषतां हि न
O greatly fortunate Sukadev Goswami, O great Brahmana, kindly describe to us separately the dynasties and characteristics of all those kings, for we are always eager to hear such topics from you. So Parikshit,
Shilpa ji, just one
yeah,
question. So
mm,
the Vivaswan Manu is the Ram dynasty, right? No.
Vaivasta Manu, yes, Lord
Yeah,
Rama appeared
Ikshvaku,
in that
because
dad.
Lord Ram comes from Ikshvaku dynasty, right?
That's right.
From the okay. So this is
No,
we are starting his dynasty because the picture also on the Srimad Bhagavatam front on the ninth is Sri Ram and Sita Devi,
yeah, we are going to hear about Lord
right?
Ramachandra in this
Okay, yeah,
canto.
perfect,
That's right.
perfect, yeah,
Because
perfect.
Vaivasta Manu, his father
Hmm.
is sun god,
Yeah,
Vivaswan,
yeah. So Surya dynasty, right? And Ramji comes in the
Surya
Surya.
dynasty. Yes,
Okay,
that's right.
perfect, perfect.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ye bhuta, ye bhavishyascha,
ये भूता ये भविष्याश्च
bhavanti adyanantascha ye.
भवन्ति अद्य नास्त्यश्चे
yesham na punya kirtina
Tesham na punya kirtina
पुण्यकृतीनां
sarvesham vad vikraman.
sarvesham
सर्वेषां
vikraman.
वद्विकृत्मम्
Can you tell us about the abilities of all the celebrated kings born in the dynasty of Vaivastamanu, including those who have already passed, those who may appear in the future, and those who exist at present? So here Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring from Sukadev Goswami. He wants to know all the kings coming in the Surya dynasty, born in the dynasty of Vaivastamanu. Shri Sutta Vacha
Shri Sutta Uvacha
Evam Parikshitar Ragya
Evam Parikshita Rajan
Sadasi Brahmavadinam
Sadasi Brahmavadinam
Ashta Provacha Bhagavan
Prushtaha Provacha Bhagavan
Chuka Parama Dharmavet.
Chukaha Paramadharmavet.
Sutta Goswami said, when Sukadev Goswami, the greatest knower of religious principles, was thus requested by Maharaj Parikshit in the assembly of all the scholars learned in Vedic knowledge, he then proceeded to speak. So Sutta Goswami, because he was speaking the Bhagavatam to sages of Naimisharanya, no? So he's saying, oh, when Parikshit Maharaj inquired in this way, then Sukadev Goswami, now he's beginning to speak. Shri Shuka Vacha
Shri Shukka Uvacha
Ruyatam Manavo Vamshaha
Shrunyatam Manvamshaha
Prachuryena Parantapa
Prachuryena Parantapa
Na Shakyate Vistarato
Na Shakyati Vistarato
Bhaktum Varsha Shater Api.
Vaktum Varchasaterapi.
Sukadev Goswami continued, O king, subduer of your enemies, now hear from me in great detail about the dynasty of Manu. I shall explain as much as possible. Although one could not say everything about it, even in hundreds of years. So Sukadev Goswami is saying, I can tell you how much ever I can tell because there's so much to be spoken about. Paravaresham Bhutanam
Paravaresham Bhutanam
Atmaya Purusha Paraha
Atma Yaha Purusha Paraha
Sa Evasid Idam Vishwam
Sa Evasi Itam Vishwam
Kalpante Nyana Kinchana.
Kalpante Nanyana Kinchana.
The Transcendental Supreme Person, the Super Soul of all living entities, who are in different statuses of life, high and low, existed at the end of the millennium, when neither this manifested cosmos nor anything else but Him existed. Taking the proper position from which to describe the dynasty of Manu, Sukadev Goswami begins by saying that when the entire world is inundated, only the Supreme Personality of Godhead exists and nothing else. Sukadev Goswami will now describe how the Lord creates other things one after another. So Parikshit Maharaj wants to know about the dynasty of Vaivastamanu. So Sukadev Goswami is beginning to say right from where nothing is existing, only Lord is there, only Krishna is there. The creation has not yet happened. So now he's going to describe how the creation is happening. Tasya nabe samabhavat
Tasya Nabe Samabhavat
Padma kosho hiranmaya
पद्मकोशो हिरण्मयः
Tasmin Jagye Maharaja
तस्मिन् यज्ञे महाराज
Swayambhus Chatur Anana.
स्वयंभूश्चतुराननः.
O King Parikshit, from the navel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead was generated a golden lotus on which the four-faced Lord Brahma took his birth. So this is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So the devastation has happened, everything is underwater, creation is happening again now. So as we heard in detail in second and third cantos, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, from his navel comes a lotus flower and Lord Brahma is born from there. Four-faced. Our Brahma has four faces. And the lotus is golden color, golden lotus. Marichir manasastasya
मरीचिस्मनः
तस्य
yagye tasyapi kashyapaha
यज्ञे तस्यापि कश्यपः
akshayanyam tatodityam
दाक्षायज्ञं ततोऽधिक्यम्
vivasvan abhavat sutaha.
विवाशम् अभवत् सुत
From the mind of Lord Brahma, Marichi took birth. From the semen of Marichi, Kashyap appeared, and from Kashyap, by the womb of Daksha's daughter Aditi, Vivaswan took birth. So Sukadev Goswami is saying how Vaivasta Manu's father, Vivaswan, was born. So he's saying, okay, from Brahma came Marichi, Marichis gave birth to Kashyap Muni. Kashyap Muni got married to the daughter of Daksha, and one of the daughters' name is Aditi. And from Aditi, now Vivaswan, the sun god, took birth. Tato Manu Shradha Deva
ततो
श्रद्धादेव
Samgyayam Asa Bharata
संज्ञायम्
संज्ञायम्
अस भारत
असभारत
Shraddhayam Janayam Asa
श्रद्धायं
श्रद्धायां
जनयम्
जनयाम्
आशा
आसः
Dasha Putran Sa Atmavan
दश
दश
पुत्रान् स आत्मवान्
आत्मवान्
Ikshvaku Nriga Sharyati
इक्ष्वाकु
इक्ष्वाकुर्वृकर्याति
Drishta Drishta Karushakan
दृष्टः दृष्टः करुषकान्
Narishyantam Prashadram Cha
नरिष्यन्तं
नरिष्यन्तं
प्रशं
प्रशधरं
च
च
Nabhagam Cha Kavim Vibhu.
न
न
भागवत
भगवं च
कवित्ववित्
कविम्
O king, rest of the Bharat dynasty, from Vivaswan, by the womb of Samgya, Shadadev Manu was born. Shadadev Manu, having conquered his senses, begot 10 sons in the womb of his wife Shraddha. The names of these sons were Ikshvaku, Nriga, Sharyati, Dishta, Drishta, Karushaka, Narishyanta, Prishadhara, Nabhaga, and Kavi. So, Vivaswan, from Vivaswan, his wife, the sun god, his wife's name Samgya, Shraddhadev Manu, that is Vaivasta Manu. Then Vaivasta Manu, his wife's name is Shraddha. His name is Shraddhadev. His wife's name is Shraddha. Then he has 10 sons. Ikshvaku, Nrika, Sharyati, Dishta, Drishta, Karushaka, Narishyanta, Prishadhara, Nabhaga, and Kavi. aprajasya manopurvam
Aparjasya manopurvam
Vashishto Bhagavan Kila
Vashishto Bhagavan Kila
Mitra Varunayor Ishtim
Mitra Varunayoristim
Rajartham Akarod Vibhu.
Prajartham Akarot Viru.
Manu at first had no sons. Therefore, in order to get a son for him, the great saint Vashishta, who was very powerful in spiritual knowledge, performed a sacrifice to satisfy the demigods Mitra and Varuna. So we heard just now that he had 10 sons, but Sukadev Goswami saying initially he had no sons. So Vashishta Muni, he did a sacrifice to satisfy Mitra and Varuna. Tatra Shraddha Manopatni
Tatra Shata Manopatni
Hotaram Samayachata
Hotaram Samayachata
Duhitartham Upagamya
Duhitratham Upagamya
Pranipatya Payovrata.
Pranipatya Payovrata.
During that sacrifice, Shraddha, Manu's wife, who was observing the vow of subsisting only by drinking milk, approached the priest offering the sacrifice, offered obeisances to him, and begged for a daughter. Preshito the Varunya Hota
Preshito Varuna Hota
Vicharat Tat Samahita
Vyacharat Tatsamahita
Grahite Havishi Vacha
Grihite Havishi Vacha
Vashatkaram Grinan Vijaha.
Vashatkaram Grahantya.
Told by the chief priest, now offer oblations. The person in charge of oblations took clarified butter to offer. He then remembered the request of Manu's wife and performed the sacrifice while chanting the word Vashat. So Manu was doing the sacrifice because he wanted a boy. But his wife wants a girl. So she's gone and told the priest who's going to chant the mantra, who's going to offer the oblation and chant the mantra, says, please, I want a daughter, you know. So he's chanting according to the request of the wife. Hotustad vyabhicharena
Satyabhicharena
anyela nama sabhavat
Kanyela Nam Sabhavat
tam vilokya manu praha
Tam Vilokya Manupraha
natit ushtamana gurum.
Nati Tushtamana Guru.
Manu had begun that sacrifice for the sake of getting a son. But because the priest was diverted by the request of Manu's wife, a daughter named Ila was born. Upon seeing the daughter, Manu was not very satisfied. Thus he spoke to his guru Vashishta as follows. Because Manu had no issue, he was pleased at the birth of the child, even though a daughter, and gave her the name Ila. Later, however, he was not very satisfied to see the daughter instead of a son. Because he had no issue, he was certainly very glad at the birth of Ila, but his pleasure was temporary. So Manu wanted a boy to carry on the dynasty, right? He's Manu after all. He has to take care of so many things. He has to delegate so many things. So he wanted a son who can carry on the dynasty. So he's approaching his guru Vashishta Muni.
Hare Krishna,
Bhagavan came.
Shilpa ji.
Hare
So this makes
Krishna.
sense. We are in the Ila Vrat. And the Manu's daughter's name is Ela.
We are in Ilavrat. Ilavrat. Yeah, we are in Ilavrat, right? Right? Is it? Now I'm confused myself. In
What is
Canto
this?
5 we were reading.
What is this? This Hare Krishna. What is this? Ilavrit Vrat.
No, it's not a vrat, it's the place. Ilavrat
Oh, okay.
is.
It's a
Yeah.
place.
Actually, in Canto 5, we were hearing of these different planets and different places,
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
But,
means Ikshvaku comes later after Ela, right?
let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
let's see when does
the
Ikshvaku
daughter comes
come.
first, na? Ela. And
Yeah, but
then
now we are going to hear that he's going to be
mm,
changing. She's going to be changing into a man now. So let's
oh.
read on and see. Let's read on and see when does Ikshvaku come then. Bhagavan kim idam jatam.
Bhagavan kim
Bhagavan kim
idam
idam
jatam
jatam
Armavo brahmavadinam.
karma
karma
vo brahmavadinam
brahmadinam
Viparyayam aho kashtam.
viparyayam
viparyayam
aho
aho
kastam
kastam
Evam syad brahma vikriyam.
me
naivam syad brahma
syat brahma
vikriya.
My Lord, all of you are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras. How then has the result been opposite to the one desired? This is a matter for lamentation. There should not have been such a reversal of the results of the Vedic mantras. So before the priest was so powerful based on the mantra, what you're desiring, how the mantra is chanted, you could get the result. So here, um, Manu is telling to Vashishta Muni, how come this thing happened? You're so expert.
Devastamanu
But
is saying, right?
yeah, Vyavasta Manu. He's saying how this has happened. You're also expert in chanting mantras. In this age, the performance of yajna has been forbidden because no one can properly chant the Vedic mantras. If Vedic mantras are chanted properly, the desire for which a sacrifice is performed must be successful. Therefore, the Hare Krishna chant is called the Mahamantra, the great exalted mantra above all Vedic mantras, because simply chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra brings so many beneficial effects. So that's why yajna in this age is stopped. No, you can't do any kind of all these sacrifices because we don't have expert brahmanas to chant these mantras properly to get the desired result. And that's why we are given the chant of the Mahamantra, the Hare Krishna mantra. Beneficial effects. What are the beneficial effects? As explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shikshashtaka 1. Cheto darpanam archanam, bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam, shreya kerva chandrika, vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam, anandam buddhivardhanam, pratipadam, purnam rastavadanam, sarvatna snapanam, param vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. So, in the first verse of Shikshastaka, Lord Chaitanya is telling us what will happen when we chant Hare Krishna mantra. Because Lord Chaitanya is always saying, Yare dekha tare taha Krishna upadesh. So in Shikshastaka, he's saying, what are the results of chanting? What's the first thing? Cheto darpanam arjanam. That the heart is cleaned of all the dust accumulated. Cheto Darpana, all the contamination that we have, it goes away. We are thinking we are the body. Chanting Hare Krishna, we'll be able to understand, oh, I'm spirit soul. I'm part and parcel of Krishna. And we'll be able to realize this. Extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. We are here in this material world. It's called Mahadavagni, like a great forest fire. So it helps us to get out of this forest fire, this suffering, get out of the material world. So, prime benediction. Why? Because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. Once the suffering is stopped, like how when there's a moonshine, full moon, it's very pleasing, soothing. So, it brings happiness to everyone. We get transcendental knowledge by chanting. I'm not the body, I'm spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna, Jivera Swarubhai Krishna Nitya Das. Can realize this knowledge, increases the ocean of transcendental bliss. It's a never-ending ocean. Feel happy and happier. Enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. No matter how much we try sense gratification, we do it for some time. Bhoga, right? Sense enjoyment. After some time, we feel dissatisfied. We want to give it up, renounce it. Again, we take up something else. Try to enjoy how much ever we can. Then again, we give it up. But there's something still, we don't feel satisfied. We always feel something's missing. But by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we'll be able to fully taste the nectar for which we are always searching for. We have been searching for it. So what we are searching for in the material world, actually we will find it when we chant Hare Krishna mantra. That bliss that we are searching for, the nectar that we are searching for. Therefore, the best performance of yajna given to us is the Sankirtana yajna. Yajna Sankirtana Praya Yajanti hi Sumedasa. Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, Text 32. Those who are intelligent take advantage of the greatest yajna in this age by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in congregation. When the Hare Krishna mantra is chanted by many men together, the chanting is called Sankirtan. And as a result of such a yajna, there will be clouds in the sky. Yagyat bhavati parjanya. So, Sankirtan, chanting together, congregational chanting of Mahamantra. What is one of the results? It's a sacrifice, so we'll get rains. The clouds will be there, we'll get rainfall. In these days of drought, people can gain relief from scarcity of rain and food by the simple method of the Hare Krishna Yajna. Indeed, this can relieve all of human society. At present, there are droughts throughout Europe and America, and people are suffering. But if people take this Krishna consciousness movement seriously, if they stop their sinful activities and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all their problems will be solved without difficulty. In other processes of yajna, there are difficulties because there are no learned scholars who can chant the mantras perfectly well, nor is it possible to secure the ingredients to perform the yajna because human society is poverty stricken and men are devoid of Vedic knowledge and the power to chant the Vedic mantras. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only shelter. So in this age, we don't know how to chant the Vedic mantras properly. There's hardly anyone we can find who can perfectly chant the mantra. Just now we are hearing that the mantra has to be chanted so perfect. Otherwise, the result is going to be something else. And what to say about chanting the mantra? We don't even have enough of those things which are needed to perform the yajna. So that's why we have been given this very simple yajna of chanting the holy name, Sankirtan yajna. People should be intelligent enough to chant it. Yajna Sankirtana Praya Yachanti hi sumedasa. Those whose brains are dull cannot understand this chanting, nor can they take to it. So Sukadev Goswami says that those who are intelligent will take up the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Will take up this, that this is a prime benediction for humanity. Hare Nameva Kevalam. There is no other way. So it requires a little bit of intelligence to do that. It requires the mercy of the devotee. Yeah, by the mercy of the devotee, the association of the devotees. Okay, any comments, questions? No?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, the actually, what I understood, like when they were doing the yagya, like Vasisth Muni was did the yagya for the I forgot the name. The who want
Manu,
the
Vaivasta Manu,
yeah, Vaivashya
yes.
Manu and the wife
Shraddha,
Shraddha. Yeah. So because the husband want boy and wife wants girl, right?
yes.
But the Vasisth Muni was doing the Vedic chanting in correct ways, right?
So it was not Vashishta Muni
Oh, sorry,
himself.
not.
He had many assistants. So there were many assists. You see, when there is a yagya, there are many
Yeah, there were
assistant
many
priests.
sishyas, yeah.
They are needed. So one of them, Shraddha, the one of them who was going to chant the mantra and who's going to put the ghee into the fire, she
Mm,
went and told him, I want a daughter.
And when the Vishwamanu, he chanted and he put ghee, I want boy.
No, he didn't chant and put ghee.
He did not.
He is
Oh, only wife.
arranging. No, she also didn't put. The ghee is put only by the pujari, the
Oh,
the one who is doing the Brahman. They just are organizing. Manu and his wife, they are doing this yagya, but they are not putting the ghee and chanting the mantras. That is being done by the Brahmanas.
oh. But both have the different desire. So how come it possible like Shraddha's desire fulfilled? Like because of the wrongly chanted or something like that?
That's right. Because she told the pujari, I
Mm.
want a girl. So he chanted the mantra for getting a girl. That's why
Mm.
girl was born.
Oh, okay.
So we can see the power of the mantra. Mantra is so
Mm.
powerful.
Yeah, mantra is so powerful. Yeah, if you
So,
chanted wrongly, have some wrong effect, right?
yeah,
That's why this simplified mantra is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
yeah, that's right.
For mm,
Because we don't know the science of chanting the other Vedic mantras. We don't know
mm,
how to chant them properly. So we can see before you have some desire, you do some sacrifice, and the Brahmanas were so expert that they would chant the mantras perfectly and the desire would be fulfilled.
mm. But they were doing like trying to pleasing Mintra or some one is
Yeah,
Mintra
Mitra
and
and Varuna.
Varuna. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are also demigods, but they are trying to please them for the. So are they God for like giving birth of uh,
I'm
like
not sure.
kids? Like
I'm
why
not
they
sure.
chant, why they do yagya
Why
for
did?
Mintra and Varun? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know about
So
that.
many hierarchy. It's quite
Hare Krishna,
difficult.
Ratna, if you
हाँ
remember, even Dashrath Maharaj did a yagya for Putra.
हाँ हाँ, वो तो याद
So
है.
in the
I
olden
remember
time,
that.
हाँ तो ये वही डायनेस्टी है ना, वशिष्ठ ने ही तो करवाया वो भी.
हाँ हाँ हाँ. But they were
Same.
pleasing
Yes.
demigods, right?
हाँ 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 हाँ.
Demigods
और
को ही करते थे ना.
हाँ डेमीगॉड्स को प्लीज करते थे ना. For
Hmm.
And if you
because it was
remember,
required,
because this is during
sun.
Tetra Yug, because see
Satya
Ram,
Yug.
right?
Satya Yug.
No,
Ramji was during Satya Yug.
No, Lord Ram,
no,
not
No?
Satyayug.
Tetra.
Treta.
Treta,
No, Lord Ram.
Treta.
तो
Yeah,
सत्य युग,
हाँ.
अच्छा
right.
Who
सत्य युग
is
So
तो
they
उससे
say
भी
that's a
पहला.
Tetra
Harishchandra?
Yug.
या
There is a lot of yagya, no,
Harishchandra.
happens.
Harishchandra
या
was in Satyug.
So
सत्य
in
युग, या
Tetra Yug
हरीश.
is yagya, na, happens,
यज्ञ,
no?
या
That's
त्रेता
why.
युग यज्ञ.
Okay. Treta Yug
And
full
then,
with yagya, yeah, right?
Yagya,
and
yeah.
also
Yeah.
one more magic, I
Hmm.
always tell Bhavna ji that because you are doing so much Harinam continuously every Saturday, every Sunday, even
Hmm.
in the middle, like they're doing Harinam, and I see the Taiwan is seeing so much rain. We can
Hmm.
see it. प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण. मतलब they are doing Harinam.
Hmm.
अभी हरिनाम रुचि प्रभु आए थे. He did every single day Harinam. And before that, the Russian devotees came. They did every single day, 15 days, continue Harinam. And
Hmm.
just see the result. So much rain in Taiwan.
But only in north, not in south.
No, but because they did Harinam here. So here
Well,
there will
okay,
be.
well, yeah,
Sorry,
well,
sorry.
yeah, well, because chanting is also a yagya, right? This
Hmm.
is the
Yeah.
yagya that we are recommended in this
Hmm.
age
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
Kali.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we are
Hmm.
not recommended to do that fire and put all the,
Hmm.
do all those different Vedic mantras. We are not recommended in this age. In this age, our yagya is chant Hare Krishna
Hmm.
congregationally together.
Yeah, but that's why it mentioned, no? When you're chanting in congregation, Sankirtan, so then the
Sankirtan.
clouds appear and
Ah.
then the rain comes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's it also, no? Earlier it was mentioned.
No, actually, I was just wondering, like, why they are worshipping Varuna and Mintra, and why they have different, like, they haven't discussed like what they want, and they
Okay,
have different desire, and the puja,
Varuna and who? Varuna and who? Who
I'm
else?
just
Mitra,
checking.
Mitra.
See, I'm just
Mitra. Hmm.
Mitra.
Yeah.
Mitra is supposed
Mitra.
to be a
Mitra.
demigod associated with friendship, oaths, maintenance of cosmic
So that's
Yeah,
order.
why
Mitra.
I want to know, like,
Varuna
why.
Varuna is the god of moral law, and together they are usually always together,
Together.
They
Okay.
Oh,
mostly often are mentioned together,
okay.
and he's 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 connected to sun Surya also. Mitra is said that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so he's a demigod of friendship and oaths, maintaining of this
Hmm.
cosmos, everything, the order there. Cosmic order is mentioned.
Orders.
And
Okay,
Varuna
okay.
is the god of moral law. So
Hmm.
at different times they would approach different demigods
Ah,
Right.
well, that's
for
why I was
different
wondering, like, they also
for
approach
different
demigods.
vows. Yes,
Ah,
that's why the sacrifices were done. Of course,
done. For
the
different desire, they pray different demigods,
yeah.
right?
So of course, the pleasing of Lord Vishnu is always going to be done first,
Priority, yeah, priority, yeah.
and then when they have a particular desire, then they will ask for a particular demigod. Now you fulfill my desire, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the ultimate I mean, who's giving, who's fulfilling is actually, yeah, Supreme Lord, na? Krishna.
Yeah, because who is
Yeah.
giving the
Yeah.
power to the
But yeah.
demigods to
Because, yeah.
fulfill this desire is Krishna.
So the ultimate, yeah.
Mm. Yes.
How we say, na, Bhokta, na.
And in this age, we are not recommended to do all this.
Yeah, not.
Ah, yeah.
In this age, this is what we are reading is of another time. As
Yeah.
we are saying, it's
Al
Treta Yuga.
different
It's a
yoga.
different
Yeah.
time. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
different time at all. So,
Hmm.
things are very different now. In Kali Yuga, things are
Yes.
not the
Yes.
same as
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
everyone is in Treta Yuga. Everyone's
Doing yagya,
thinking
na?
is different.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
the
that
way
time
we
they were doing yagyas. Yeah, it was, and like how Satya Yoga, it was meditation. Na? People were like,
yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
Dwapar Yuga, it was like pujan. Na? They were doing a lot of
Deity
austerity,
worship,
deity worship.
deity worship, deity
Yeah.
worship. So
Yes.
in this
Now,
age, we are recommended chant Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah.
This is what we have to do. This is the
Mm,
dharma for this age.
yeah.
Also, another question I have, Shilpa,
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
that so whenever Brahma comes, a new Brahma, so it's always from the navel. It comes from the navel of Garbhodakshai
of
Vishnu, is it?
Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So when we
Whenever
are
like a new
hearing,
Brahma, right? Like comes.
uh, see now we are hearing of our Lord Brahma, what has happened
Yes,
in our creation, in our universe.
yes, yeah.
The what we have knowledge is of our universe
Hmm.
and how our Lord Brahma was born.
Right.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
don't have of
We don't
another
know of that.
universe. Yeah,
Hmm.
this so our Brahmaji is born from this navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. This is how this creation has happened.
But see, even the Brahma also, right, is finally like, right, after so many years, then a new Brahma comes, right?
After no, after Brahma, when Brahma dies, then
Dies,
this
yeah.
whole world, the whole universe is devastation.
Right.
Everything
So,
goes back in body of Mahavishnu.
okay, yeah, even Brahma goes, right, back to the body
Yeah,
also. Then does a
yeah,
new Brahma come? Oh,
yeah.
right?
Then after when there will be new creation, then new Brahma will come.
And then same, in that same way, it must be the same process, no?
Yeah,
From,
probably, but it's not
must,
given.
yeah, it
So,
must be, yeah.
so like when the Manus are changing, our Brahma is the same.
Same, yes, yeah. That-
Yeah, our Lord Brahma is the same. And in his only one day, he's seeing 14 Manus being changed. So in his full life, he is seeing so many Manus.
That's true.
Uh, Yeah, but Lord Brahma also has to die. And when he is 100 years old, he will die also.
But 100 years old is very, very long, right? It's
Yeah, it's very, some trillions of years,
yes.
yeah, of human life. It's very long. Okay, so we'll stop here for today. Mm, yeah. And Ratna, you're saying why husband, wife, they didn't discuss what they want. Well, we don't
Yeah.
know, we don't know. Sometimes it may happen, right? Maybe, our husband wants something, we want something else, not able to communicate well,
So maybe they should
you know.
discuss.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they didn't
I
discuss,
was wondering. Yeah.
in every couple, the dynamics is so different, right?
Yeah. The same thing is coming.
Yeah, yeah. So it's so different. Maybe, because she understands, okay, my husband needs a boy because to carry on the dynasty, but her desire was so much. She was maybe not able to discuss it earlier. But
Yeah.
later, last minute, maybe she thought, okay, let me tell the pujari that I really want a girl. We don't know,
Um,
right? Why she didn't tell him
yeah.
earlier,
It's okay. It's
you know,
okay.
because
Even this
like,
Ela is a mountain, no? We have read Ela.
huh?
Ela mountain, right? We had read
Ila
earlier.
Yeah,
No?
that's what in fifth canto, that's what I'm
Yeah.
remembering we have. And as Neha was saying, but I can't remember where was this Ila Vrat. Is this ours? I'm not sure. Is our
No, but
earth
like
is
a
called
mountain of the name is Ela. There's one
Ela.
Ela.
Mm.
Remember we read some, yeah,
Uh,
we had read, but
yeah.
Like we are also belongs from like Surya Vansh, like Kashyap Muni, and our ancestor were from this dynasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
if we see, all of us are coming from Lord Brahma.
Yeah. Maybe
You
if we
know, if
see,
we,
yeah, we
yeah,
all come
all of
from
us
this
will
dynasty.
come
Yeah.
from Lord Brahma
Uh,
if we do
yeah.
research work. You
Yes,
know,
we all
either
are
it's
brother
the
and sister, right?
either sun or moon, but everyone is gonna come to like if we do research
Mm.
work, Lord Brahma is there.
Yeah. In one way, if we see, we all are brother and sister, right?
Yeah, of course, we all parts and parts, because Krishna is the supreme father. Lord Brahma says,
Mm.
Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. We will research work come to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma says that Krishna is the
Yeah.
supreme
Yeah.
father. Lord Brahma says Krishna is my father. I
Mm.
was finding it so interesting that now
Yeah,
Ram
it's
Navami
really,
coming
and
up.
but little difficult,
Ram Navami is
hard,
coming. Yeah. Well,
hard to
what I was
remember.
finding interesting is
Mm.
Ram Navami is coming up on Sunday, and
Yeah,
then we are beginning to hear about the
Ramji,
dynasty.
dynasty
Yeah,
of
we are
Sun.
beginning
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
Sun.
this dynasty that he appeared in. I think we had some like these coincidences quite a bit.
Yeah,
Churning of the
early
ocean, we were
of the
hearing churning
ocean.
of the ocean.
yeah,
Yes, and then
So
that Kumbh Mela, right? That thing. Oh,
that's
so
what
yeah.
Kumbh
That
Mela
time.
time we were hearing
correct.
churning of
Yeah.
the ocean. And then also, I think, was it Lord Vara? I'm not sure. Was one of those appearance days,
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's nice to have that.
mm,
We are hearing about this. Okay, thank you all so much. Srimad
Hare
Bhagavatam ki jai,
Krishna,
Srila
Jai,
Prabhupada ki jai, Hare
Jai.
Krishna.